What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the MG YouTube channel. CEO of Elite Automation, Elite Properties, and an investor in Tesla. I've been investing in Tesla for over 10 years, but today I have a video because we have some updates from Elon as he posted on X. So one thing that he gave us confirmation on is tentatively that they are going to launch Robotaxi to the public on the 22nd. So that's some of the first confirmation that we have. The other confirmation that he gave us in that same post is on the 28th of June. Did I say January? I meant June. I don't know. So June, 28th of June, they're going to have the first vehicle drive from factory to the person's house who had bought the vehicle, aka delivery. So that's two really cool confirmations, and I'm going to try to stay active on these and post these up as quickly as possible as soon as I get these updates. The other big thing is obviously the Trump and Elon feud thing that's going on has been reduced. I posted on that immediately whenever I seen it, within 45 minutes of Elon making that post. I had a video out, so subscribe if you want to stay up to date with some of the things that are going on. But things are cooling off, and I kind of knew that they would cool off. Almost all these things are drama things. This was the one that I was somewhat scared of, just because it's coming directly from Elon and it's against the president of the United States, right? It isn't like reporters said or you know what I mean? It just got made up by people, right? For example, when I gave you this update today, it came from Elon's X post. So that's extremely important. Where's the information coming from? And if it's not directly from the source, then the information is not really good information, just to keep it 100. And so that's the big thing that I try to do, is not use information that I see directly from other people. If somebody mentions something and I think it's worthy news, and maybe I watched it, maybe let's say on another YouTube channel or just some mainstream news media, then I will go and I will verify that against where did that come from? Where was that information? Did it come from Elon's X? Did it come from a Tesla account? Did it come from a Tesla YouTube video that posted from Tesla themselves? Was it from a Tesla earnings call? These types of things. So again, I'm just going to try to bring that information to you guys as raw as I can get it to you. I'm definitely glad that things are clearing up. Again, this was one of my biggest fears that I've ever had, news-wise, as far as being disruptive to the stock. Obviously, the stock went from being we were $340 a share down to $280 a share. I'm just giving you rough numbers, but pretty much overnight, right? And I'm doing a lot of options trading, so a lot of my options went from almost 40% of their value overnight, and they still haven't even completely recovered. They're still they're still down by 30% from what they just were the other day. However, on the positive note for myself, that I basically bought in more shares at the bottom, and whenever I bought in more shares at the bottom, as it rose up over the next couple of days, I've actually already recovered all my losses. So I'm at break even right now, just with the gains that I made from the shares that I put in whenever it dropped down to its lowest point this time to where it is now. And right now, right now the stock is trading at 325. So again, from 340, and I think we even got up to 360 last week. Significantly up, and it still has a significant way to go up. So I'm really hoping that it's going to keep climbing up. The one thing I will also mention is the news about public the 22nd is not really the best, because we have this June 12th news, and so does June 12th even mean anything anymore, or is that information just not good information? Everybody just took that information from who was it, Bloomberg or something like that. They're the ones that said they had the information. So was that information ever even factual? And then the other thing is, even if it was factual, have they kind of just gotten rid of that June 12th date? Or what I would predict is that, Elon's saying it's ahead of schedule. They're basically ahead of that June 12th thing. So whatever was going to start happening on June 12th or be confirmed by June 12th, I think is already confirmed now. And I'm just not feeling super confident that they're going to do a big event. Just knowing Elon, knowing Tesla, just like they're going to want to wait until there's more information to share, right? They're not going to want to just say, oh, we have 10 vehicles and this is what they're doing, right? They're going to want to show major success and maybe already have it released to the public, and then after already having it released to the public, then even after some days after that, some 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they're going to wait and probably even start scaling up the Robotaxi. So going from the 10 vehicles to 20 vehicles to 30 vehicles to how many ever 100 vehicles. And they're going to do that until now they feel like super confident about it. I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't do like any significant major update besides like just Elon tweets till like July sometime, maybe end of July. Because again, they're released to the public on the 22nd. It's definitely gonna be closer to the end of July is my prediction on any major update. Again, they're just gonna want it to be something that's remarkable. And the other big thing to add to that is that they don't want the liability, right? The liability of like news. News is gonna bash them, right? We already know that all the the left and mainstream media is gonna basically just try to dog Tesla and say, oh, a wreck, oh, somebody just died by Robotaxi, blah 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 things, right? So if they're not like openly announcing these things and making like a big deal of like, now we have 10 vehicles or now we're open to the public, right? And then like maybe news organizations try to get down there and try to capture incidences or something like that. And again, we know they're going to do that. So I think they're going to be kind of hush-hush until they just have like so much proof that it's like without a doubt, right? And they may get some small hints like we're earning money from Robotaxi. We're collecting revenue. We are whatever, right? We just made our 1,000th FSD Robotaxi ride. So I expect some small like tweets and information like that. I just don't think it's going to be major updates from Tesla. I think we're going to see them from Elon. Maybe they allow some of their engineers to mention some things. And the other thing to mention too is June 22nd is going to be for the public, but the public could be anybody. It could be like to people like me and you. It could be to Tesla owners only. It could be to YouTube podcast hosts, right? So it may not be to the mass general public, and it's probably going to be invitation only. Again, because the big part to that is that if you only have 10 vehicles, unless they're just sandbagging and they really do have more than 10 vehicles already riding with no incidences for like maybe weeks at a time or months, maybe they've been riding around for months, we don't know, right? So that is one caveat to them like releasing some bigger news sooner, is that they've just been like sandbagging and being really hush-hush about like how many vehicles they have on the road and how far along it is. So there's a plausibility that there could be bigger news if they've been doing something like that. I don't think so, just because Elon directly said, hey, we'll start out with 10, blah, blah, blah. But then again, if I didn't want the news organizations like down my throat and trying to like derail what we're trying to do, I would keep it hush-hush and I wouldn't publicize it very much. I would just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it sometime in June. And we're going to start off with like 10 cars, you know what I mean? So again, it could be either way, but as news like this comes out, I'm going to hop on here, make some more videos on that news, and also on my other like social medias, Facebook, and even I'll make YouTube posts as well, LinkedIn. We have quite a bit of following on LinkedIn, or I do, like some 20-something thousand, 25,000 subscribers, but feel free to follow us there. Again, probably the biggest one that I post like most frequently is Facebook. But yeah, we do cross post to other platforms as well. So if this was entertaining, informational, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more Tesla content or any business related entrepreneurial journeys, the raising of 6 kids. These are all things we talk about here on this channel. Catch you on the next one. Peace.